What's up, Celtics Nation? Boston fans, sit tight because today's video is packed with drama, frustration, and a dose of hard truth. If you watched Game 1 against the New York Knicks, you probably still can't believe what happened. This was supposed to be the perfect start to the series. A home game, a 20-point lead in the third quarter, and full control of the pace. It was all falling into place. But somehow, someway, the Celtics managed to let it all slip through their fingers. It was one of those games where you go from confident to confused to downright shocked by the end of it. Let's set the stage. The Celtics had dominated the Knicks throughout the regular season. They knew this opponent. They knew what worked. And for the first 2 quarters, it looked like they were going to cruise to a blowout win. Boston came out aggressive, sharp on defense, and lethal from mid-range. Even though the three-point shooting wasn't falling like usual, they still found ways to put points on the board and suffocate the Knicks' offense. By halftime, fans in the Garden were already smiling, thinking about Game 2 and maybe even dreaming of a sweep. But then came the second half, and everything started to unravel. One of the biggest factors, Kristaps Porzingis didn't return after halftime. The Celtics big man, who's been a key presence on both ends of the floor this season, was ruled out with what the team called lower body tightness. That changed everything. Without Porzingis anchoring the defense and stretching the floor on offense, Boston's spacing took a hit. Their rim protection became vulnerable, and most importantly, they lost a sense of balance. The Knicks smelled blood, and they didn't waste the opportunity. Give New York some credit. They fought back with everything they had. Jalen Brunson turned it up a notch. Julius Randle got physical. Josh Hart was flying around, grabbing every loose ball. Slowly but surely, the Knicks chipped away at the lead. And as the Celtics started missing open looks from beyond the arc, you could feel the momentum shift. What once looked like a statement win started turning into a horror show. The crowd got tense, the Celtics got hesitant, and the Knicks, they got confident. By the fourth quarter, it was a dogfight. The game turned scrappy, physical, and unpredictable. Boston kept trying to find that one big shot to stop the bleeding, but it never came. Instead, it was the Knicks hitting clutch baskets, making hustle plays, and forcing the Celtics into mistakes. When the game went to overtime, you could already sense it. This wasn't going to end well for the home team. And sure enough, the Knicks pulled it off. Final score, New York steals Game 1 in Boston. Let's talk about what went wrong. Then the Celtics shot terribly from three-point range. And this isn't just any team we're talking about. Boston has been one of the most dangerous perimeter shooting squads all year long. They lead the league in made three-pointers per game. Their volume is insane. That outside shooting is a huge part of their offensive identity. But last night, the shots just didn't fall. Wide open looks, second chance threes after offensive rebounds, clean catch and shoot attempts. It didn't matter. The ball wasn't dropping. And when your whole system is built around spreading the floor and knocking down threes, that's a problem. After the game, Drew Holiday said it best. He pointed out that it wasn't just bad luck. It was a mix of both poor execution and some missed opportunities. According to him, a lot of those shots are the kind they usually make. But last night, nothing was going down. Still, Holiday was clear. They have to keep shooting. That's who they are. That's what got them here. And he's right. You don't just abandon your identity after one rough game. You adjust, you stay confident, and you move on. As for head coach Joe Mazzulla, he didn't seem too concerned with the shot selection. He acknowledged there were a few possessions he'd like to have back, maybe 5 or 10 shots that weren't ideal. But overall, he liked the looks they were getting. He saw the effort. He saw the fight. And to be fair, the team didn't give up. They battled until the final buzzer. But effort alone doesn't win playoff games. You need execution, especially in the clutch. And in that department, Boston fell short. It's also important to note that this isn't just about one game. This is a best-of-7 series. Dropping Game 1 at home stings, no doubt. But it's not the end of the world. The Celtics have been in pressure situations before. They've come back from worse. What matters now is how they respond Game 2. It's coming fast. They're staying at home, still have the crowd behind them, and hopefully will get Porzingis back on the court. They can't afford to fall into a 0-2 hole before heading to Madison Square Garden. That would be a nightmare scenario, and you better believe the Knicks are coming into Game 2 with all the confidence in the world. They already proved they can hang with Boston, even in Boston. They overcame a massive deficit, won in overtime, and now the pressure shifts entirely to the Celtics. Boston has to clean things up fast. Better ball movement, better shot selection, more urgency on defense, and most importantly, they need to regain that killer instinct they showed all season long. One game doesn't define a series, but it can set the tone. And if the Celtics don't make a statement in Game 2, things could spiral quickly. Fans have every right to feel disappointed by that collapse. Expectations are sky high for this team, especially after the season they've had. But now it's time to prove they can handle the weight of those expectations. Because in the playoffs, it's not just about talent, it's about composure, resilience, and the ability to respond when things don't go your way. The reactions after the game were exactly what you'd expect from a passionate fan base like Boston's. Social media exploded with frustration, confusion, and a fair share of sarcasm. Memes started circulating within minutes of the final buzzer. Fans couldn't believe how a team with this much talent, this much depth, and this much playoff experience could let a 20-point lead slip away so easily. There were questions about the rotations, about the late game decisions, and about the mental toughness of the group when the pressure is turned up. Some fans even compared it to past Celtics meltdowns, drawing parallels to series where Boston had control, only to let it unravel when it mattered most. What makes this loss so hard to digest is how preventable it felt. There wasn't one moment that swung the game. It was a slow burn. A missed rebound here, a bad turnover there, missed free throws, cold shooting stretches. It all piled up. And by the time overtime rolled around, the momentum had completely shifted. Boston looked like they were playing not to lose, while the Knicks looked fearless. That's the kind of mentality that wins playoff games. And yes, Kristaps Porzingis being out for the second half was a huge blow. But this team is built to withstand that kind of adversity. They've got depth, they've got versatile defenders, they've got scorers all over the floor. They're supposed to be able to handle this. That's what makes it sting more. The Celtics had every tool to close this game out, even without Porzingis, and they just didn't execute. There's also something to be said about how much this team relies on rhythm. The Celtics at their best play with pace, flow, and confidence. The ball zips around, players move off the ball, and the shots come within the natural rhythm of the offense. But in the second half, all of that disappeared. The offense got stagnant. Possessions became one-on-one isolations. There wasn't enough movement. It felt like they were forcing shots instead of generating them through ball movement and trust. That's not the Celtics team that dominated the regular season. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The NBA has officially confirmed the cancellation of the first game between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks, which was scheduled for yesterday. This unexpected decision has left fans and players alike wondering about the reasoning behind the postponement and the impact it will have on the rest of the season. Although the league has yet to fully disclose the specific reasons for the cancellation, reports suggest that logistical issues may have played a significant role in the decision. Teams, officials, and game organizers have been dealing with an increasingly complicated situation in recent months as the ongoing challenges posed by the pandemic continue to affect sports schedules across the globe for both the Celtics and the Knicks. This cancellation comes at a time when each team is facing crucial moments in the season. The Celtics, traditionally one of the most successful franchises in NBA history, have been working hard to maintain their competitive edge in a crowded Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, the Knicks, who have been experiencing a resurgence in recent seasons, were looking to continue their upward momentum with a big win against their rivals. The cancellation has left many fans disappointed, especially those who have made plans to attend the game or watch it live. The NBA's decision to delay the matchup is a reminder of the fragile nature of the current sports landscape, where even the most anticipated games can be disrupted by unforeseen circumstances. In response to the cancellation, both teams have promised to work with the league to find a suitable time to reschedule the game. While the specifics of the rescheduled date remain unclear, it's expected that the NBA will move quickly to ensure that the game happens as soon as possible. Players from both sides have expressed their eagerness to compete and deliver an exciting game for the fans, acknowledging the disappointment that the cancellation has caused. While this is certainly a setback for the Celtics and the Knicks, the focus now shifts to how the teams will prepare for their next games. The postponed match serves as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of the season and the challenges that both players and organizers must navigate in these unusual times. As the NBA continues to adapt to an ever-changing environment, fans can only hope that this cancellation will be the last of its kind. The league remains committed to providing the highest level of competition, and while the cancellation was unfortunate, it's clear that the priority is always the safety and well-being of those involved. Fans eagerly await the announcement of the new game date, hoping for a thrilling matchup between two of the most iconic teams in the NBA. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.